Hello and welcome. I am Cronus Raven, bringing you yet another Pie Patch cast, this time with my good friend Austin. Panda, how are you doing?
I'm good, man. Always good to be casting a game.
Alright, excellent. So, let's go through our teams real quick. On the blue team, we have YPYN Kaiko on the top lane Fiora. We have I Am Kralix on the jungle Lee Sin. Raw Energy on Needly Mid. Oogie Boogie as the Marksman Corky, and Empty Open as definitely not Blitzcrank on support. Give us the red team, Panda.
All right. Going in at mid AP Kog'maw is Raken. We got top lane Olaf as the Bloody 7. We have AD carry Ez at Good Job Bro, or GJ.
Yeah, good job, yeah.
We got a jungle Singed as Connie's boyfriend, and then thousands of dogs playing support Morgana. So again, I think with the new patch and a bunch of the preseason changes, you're going to be seeing a lot of experimentation in the upcoming weeks. People are going to try and find out what's strong because there's so much change.
Well, and you can see Singed actually has done that a little bit. He's taken the Mastery Point in Defensive tree, which gives him that shield at the start of the game.
That actually could be really good for junglers, considering sometimes they can have a hard time, especially if they get bullied at their camp or they don't get a lot of help from the lanes.
Yeah, and I think that's also just very strong for a jungler like Singed, who at early levels is going to have a tougher time clearing those camps.
Agreed. And you're also seeing a jungle Fiora.
Actually, yeah, I didn't see that.
Which is interesting because the people want to see, are carry jungles actually going to be viable? Because Riot said that they're going to make it viable. It hasn't been yet. So people want to see, can someone carry from the jungle?
Yeah, that completely threw me off. I didn't check the items, but you had a red pot Lee Sin and a Doran's Blade Fiora, so either of them really could go either way.
I think one other thing interesting to note is that we have purple team here with all warding totems.
Yeah.
No one choose to get any other kind of totem.
Well, right now the bug is in place, so the scrying lens is actually not available right now. So that's why no one's picked up that. But still, the sweeping lens is a very powerful item, and I think you either want a jungler or a support to take that.
Yeah, one of the two, I would think.
Oh, there's
and you see
grab
it
one of 1,000 dogs. And actually, we saw that new Phosphorus Bomb animation from Oogie Boogie there. So, Panda, I know you play a lot of Corky. What's your thoughts on that Phosphorus Bomb change? I mean, obviously it's a nerf, but how big of a nerf do you think?
Yeah, I mean, and I think when you look at it, you have to consider the changes they made to his other abilities as well. So they got the mana cost lowered on the E for the Gatling gun. And then, didn't they also change something about his ultimate as well?
Yeah, his rockets now have a better scaling ratio with AD.
Right. So that means while the Q's not as reliable, because it seems to be at least somewhat dodgeable now, it does give him more ability to harass in lane without running The joke always is that the Corky's is the Manalist champion. So.
Absolutely. Well, actually, here we have a gank coming in here, and actually a flash forced out of I Am Kralix, but he's going to get flipped back in. This is going to be first blood for sure.
Definitely. Let's see if he can trade back. Minions.
Oh, the
Minions got him.
But again, I mean, it's a better situation than it could have been, but it's still first assisted blood for the Bloody 7 up top, and so he's going to really start punishing that lane. I think Olaf probably has a pretty good matchup against Lee Sin. What do you think about that?
I think Lee Sin does really good against auto attack champions, and Olaf has a lot of damage that doesn't come from auto attacks. He has his true damage, E, and his undertow Q.
Nice Black Shield by 1,000 dogs down there. That's really going to be the big deal with this support Morgana, is getting those Black Shields to protect that Ezreal.
Shields are really going to be the key for any support Morgana.
I mean, because if she can neutralize those shields, it's just not going to work out for our Blitzcrank. Because I mean, that's really all he brings to the lane.
That's right. Blitzcrank is pretty gimmicky. He has one thing he brings to the table, and that's a hook.
And actually, we see a fight top lane. The Bloody 7 going on an I Am Kralix, and actually, that's a whiffed axe there by the Bloody 7. So that's
I also think it would have been better for Lee Sin or for Olaf to stay in his minions there. He ran away from his minions and made Lee Sin stop tanking the damage.
That's a good point. Yeah. Actually, and in mid lane, I am Racken is just absolutely abusing raw energy.
Yeah, I noticed that. Nidalee usually has a weak level 6, but I wouldn't expect Kog'Maw to be such a bully.
Well, I think he has gone the Fairy Charm and the Void Ooze. Let's see, what has Kog'Maw leveled up?
He actually has 40 AP to start the game right now.
So he's got a lot of marks, and he has just have 3 points into that Void Ooze and 2 into Bio-Arcane Barrage, so he's going to deal a lot of damage. But Fiora comes in, and I think Fiora's got a pretty good... she's going to be able to force him out. I think that's a pretty scary jungler for Kog'Maw to have to deal with.
Absolutely.
Not because of the CC, just because there's so much damage in that lane. Like, if Nidalee gets, like, even a sphere somewhere in that fight, and, you know... goes into cat form and can just do some damage. There's going to be so much done.
Right, and that's the problem with Kog'Maws in general, which I think Kog'Maw actually just popped Barrier accidentally.
Oh, that's...
I sure did. So
yeah,
it's on cooldown, so that's going to be...
That's
not
really
good.
rough.
So yeah, Kog'Maw's damage output's actually really high as an AP. If he lands
there's a
his
hook on
ult.
to GG. Good job, bro. But he does... I mean, Ezreal's a really good AD carry to pick against Blitzcrank.
Absolutely. If you start your E before...
You'll still get out of it. And so I really think that, you know, picking Blitzcrank into Ezreal is always a little sketch, and whenever I want to play Blitzcrank and the opposing support goes the opposing ADC goes Ezreal, I just want to kill myself. Like, it is... Absolutely. It's just so rough. I mean, It's a Blitzcrank's nightmare with Morgana as lane. Yeah, absolutely. The only thing, I don't think there could be anything worse. Maybe an Alistar support? Oh, nice grab on 1,000 dogs.
That's a good hook.
I don't think he expected that to hit. That was absolutely max range.
That was a great damage trade.
And
again, we talked about Corki being a manaless champion, and look, there he is, out of mana.
Yeah, and actually, interestingly, Corki picked up a Relic Shield to start, actually. So that's one of the new support items.
Very interesting.
I can understand that, actually. That's going to increase his gold. It's going to increase his support Blitzcrank's gold as well. So we do have 258 gold shared, so it's about a 50-50 split between that. But that does help Blitzcrank's gold a lot. And it will make him either into... I don't know if this Blitz is going to go tanky or AP, but it's going to help him get to that build very quickly. So, looking at our lanes, Panda, and just looking at the team comps in general, who do you favor, given this early game?
You know, I think the pressure is going to be on blue team to make some plays. They have a lot of sieging potential with Blitzcrank and Nidalee. But if they fall behind, that's not a team you want to play from behind with. Nidalee is best when she's sieging. Blitzcrank is best when he's sieging. So if they fall behind early, they're going to have a lot of problems.
Well, and also, I think they really need to keep that mid cog down, because if they want to siege and that cog has blue buff and some mana regen, and actually we see Connie's BF gets caught out here, and he's going to go down. Really nice hook by Blitzcrank there. Boogie Boogie does have to pop a flash, but Blade Walls comes through, and Ezreal should not have come in there. And actually, Nidalee roamed down.
All right, looks like they're going to be cleaned up.
Yeah,
that's a really good rotation from Nidalee.
They should be able to either take a tower or take Dragon off of that, I feel. And meanwhile, toppling the Bloody 7 and I Am Kralix are battling as well.
You see the stealth detection being popped there in that brush, but it didn't reveal anything.
Actually, here we go, and Kralix will finish it off, and Lee Sin actually blows his flash, but the Reckless Swings are already in animation. And as you pointed it out, I think the life steal from Olaf and the spell vamp from his bloody axes, whatever that the proper name of that is, vicious strikes. That helps out a lot. And also, again, those reckless swings are just so ridiculously strong, especially in that early to mid game level. I don't like that blue team didn't take anything off of that wipe down bot lane though. I feel like they could have pushed a tower, put some damage on it, or taken Dragon.
You know, that's true, but while Nidalee roamed, Kog'Maw didn't really do anything to punish. He shoved Wave slightly, and then he went to take Wraith. So again, no real advantage is being taken off the kill from either team.
Yeah, and I mean, the other thing is AP Cog just isn't going to push towers that quickly. I mean, he's not Rise, he's just horrific at it, but again, he's not going to have that base damage that you're generally looking for.
Right, and that's one of the problems with AP Kog'Maw. He does a lot of things well, but he has pretty obvious flaws.
Well, and again, as you were mentioning earlier, I think that the sort of siege that blue team is going to want to put on is going to have a huge issue if that Kog'Maw can just throw out that those living artillery shots. Like, that's going to be such a nightmare to try and siege when Kog'Maw has, 40% cooldown reduction, has blue buff, has mana regen, and it's just going to be just savaging your creep wave and your squishies with those attacks.
And one thing I would like to see from Nidalee is to
nice
really
hook.
go.
But okay, shift away. Sorry, there. Continue, sir.
No, you're fine. I would like to see Nidalee utilize her cat form more against Kog'Maw, because Kog doesn't have really any peel other than his slow on his E, and he has no way to stop a gap closer.
And that pounce is going to keep her right on him too.
That's right. On a short cooldown, she has blue buff. Oh, that's a good shield.
Yeah. I like this roam out of raw energy. This Kog hasn't shown any real desire to punish, though he does have a needlessly large rod, and that's going to be pretty scary. Meanwhile, we do have Kaiku coming into top lane, but Olaf pops the Ragnarok and actually is going to turn back around. But with that Ragnarok going,
that Olaf's pretty big right now.
Yeah, I mean, he's already got the chain vest, has his ninja tabi complete. I'd like to see some health coming out for him. I can understand not wanting. Oh, there's a hook on 1,000 dogs, but the soul shackles go down.
Wow.
Oh my goodness, that burst damage is too much. And Singed comes in, Insanity Potion's going. I don't think Empty Open is going to get out. Flashes it away, maybe with the flash.
The Singed would have had Ghost here. Oh, he's diving.
Well, and he burns an exhaust. Even if they don't get a kill, it's more than worth it,
They're going to
in
get
my
the kill.
opinion. But they are going to trade
Yeah.
Connie's VF back. But I still think that's acceptable. I'd like to see Good Job Bro push this tower, though.
Yeah, I think Ez could take tower right now. I would push tower and then back in this case.
Yeah. And also, just spamming his Q, he should be able to throw it, and have an ulti to throw to protect his wave once he backs as well.
Absolutely, and you're seeing this mid lane turn right now. If you look at Kog, he's really hurt.
Yeah, and again,
so starting to see the power of the mid to late game Nidalee already.
Yeah. And I think I do favor Nidalee post 6 in this matchup so much. She just has the ability to really go after Kog. And she has range equal to him, plus she has her Bushwhack, which will give her vision to try and land those spears. And there's just sneakier ways she can try and punish this Kog'Maw.
Well, and also we neglected to mention the Nidalee nerfs before this game, because she got changed in this patch. So they changed her Q to where if it goes beyond her attack range, it deals bonus damage. And they also shortened the duration of Bushwhack.
And also before you used to do a clever trick with Javelin Toss where you throw your Javelin and then you walk backwards to increase the damage dealt, but now it remembers from the damage thrown, not from where Nidalee is. But in top lane, Olaf's ghosting, and he...
Wow.
I think that's a greedy ghost, especially without having the undertow down on Lee Sin already. Lee Sin is just such a mobile champion, but oh my goodness, he's forcing me out so much.
That reckless swing hurts right.
Yeah, he's maxed that out. How much damage is that dealing right now?
It's doing about 300 true damage on an 8-second.
Oh my gosh, that's insane.
Oh, and you see another fight bot lane.
Yeah, bot lane. And clear up. And Empty Dogs, this is the trade back now. And Good Job Bro is absolutely going to fall. But he does clean up Oogie Boogie. So I think that's...
He might be able to win this if he plays it right.
Oh, and here comes Singed too. He's going to pop Insanity Potion and Ghost. I don't like that. They're not going to get there in time. Oh, misses the hook. Now
he missed the Mystic shot.
Yeah.
Oh, they're overcommitting though. Singed will die again.
But it's an execute.
But the execute, so that's really good.
Yeah, so a fine dive. You see Nidalee starting to roam down to bot lane though, so this Ezreal's going to be very careful.
Wow.
I Am Kralix is just this Olaf. He's going to be able to clean up Kaiku too.
Wow, he's going to win this 2-on-1. And it brings back shades of Void Boy.
I know, taking on, oh, and here comes... This Ezreal is not going to get away.
That's a great roam from Nidalee.
Yeah, and again, Kog'Maw's off-foaming wolves. I mean, I understand that Kog'Maw is just the most insane late-game carry ever, but that's just not enough. And there goes the Bloody 7, finishes him off. He's just got so much armor and health right now, there's just nothing you can do against it. Another interesting thing I want to point out is Oogie Boogie actually hasn't picked up a trinket.
It's true.
That maybe he wanted to handicap himself, but I question that a lot. Just having another ward out there is just so helpful.
And if you look at the relic shield, Corki has actually shared. It says 498 gold.
Yeah, so you split that half and half. So that's 250 gold over to Blitzcrank. And if you
That's
look at
really
Blitzcrank,
nice.
he's got about
Oh,
300 gold as
look.
well. Nice hook, just a little bit late from 1,000 dogs there. He's gonna have to back most likely. But if the one thing I will say about it though is because Corky has gone for that Vampiric Scepter and that Relic Shield, he doesn't have his Trinity Force like Ezreal does. That hook though, oh, this is going to be the end of you. Good job, bro. Even with Singed coming in, the exhaust goes down, and they might be able to continue to.
I would recommend, never chase a Singed.
That's true. Meanwhile, top lane, the Bloody 7 is just continuing to just massacre. This top lane is over. I'm just going to put that statement out there right now.
One thing that's interesting to note is that Singed is actually about 200 gold ahead of Fiora. So the farming jungler so far not living up to the hype.
Yeah, I think Fiora has been looking to roam a little bit more. But we will see this dragon taken by Marpy and Kanku, and the Bloody 7 is diving top lane again. Now he's just going to dirty farm and not care at all. That dragon is really important, and if we look, we do see that blue team is up by about 2k gold. Yeah, by 2k gold exactly. But Singed has just completed his Crystal Scepter, and we're seeing big item thresholds hit sooner for blue team. Or, excuse me, not for blue team, for red team. And that's
It looks like Lee Sin's gonna go down.
Yeah, he just gets smushed. I mean, I don't know what they can do. Honestly, I feel like Fiora may just need to share some of her jungle with Lee Sin, or Lee Sin may just want to abandon lane and just try and gank. Because he's not getting anything other than feeding this Olaf.
What?
Panda, you there? Well, it looks like we've lost Panda at least for a moment, so I'm going to keep on casting this while we're waiting. So as we do see, Keiku comes into the top lane, clears out the creep wave. There's my Skype telling me that I have lost connection with Panda. But in the mid lane, we do see that Raw Energy is running away from Singed. Connie's BF is chasing down there, but I don't think they're going to catch it. Needly is just too quick. Even with a good chasing champion like Singed, that's just not going to work. Welcome back, sir. Hello. Well, appears that we don't have Panda at the moment. Though my Skype is telling me I have him, but we do have Raw Energy going in. He does get Dark Binding, though. He's going to fall to that Cog, get damage. Oh, no! He does get out, and the Spear gets the kill. There is a trade back, though. Oh my goodness. Needly Spears continue to rain down, and Corky comes in from the side. Good flash by Kog'Maw there to get away, but that's just so brutal. Let me check if Panda is still here. There you are. You back?
Alright, I'm back.
Alright, excellent. Well, have you, did you drop the game, or are you still...
No, I am still in the game. So
excellent. Well, we just saw that massive trade win, and actually Olaf's going to go down as well. This has been a massive win for blue team. Just a lot of kills going in there.
It's a great fight for blue team there.
Actually, Kog'Maw picks up a Nashor's Tooth as a first item. He picks up that needlessly large rod in a tier, but then transitions into the Nashor's Tooth. I like that. With Kog'Maw's steroid, that Bio-Arcane Barrage, you do want to get those auto attacks out to try and shred through the enemy team. What are your thoughts on that, Panda?
Absolutely. I think Kog'Maw would be better set to rush either... I would say Chalice is really good on him into Athene's Unholy Grail just because he can run out of mana so quick.
Absolutely, especially with... Go ahead, sorry.
You're fine. I always think I think Rylai's is always core on a Kog'Maw because it allows you to continue to pursue and chase down opponents as long as you're landing that E.
Well, in top lane we do see that Fiora does take down that top lane tower. So towers are now at 3-2 favoring blue team. Looks like we've I think it may be on my side, but we've lost Panda again for the time being. We do have this engagement in bot lane. Raw Energy's a little caught out. Connie's BF as a Singed is more comfortable with that. And Morgana goes down. Oh, the missed kick by I Am Kralix gets Singed away. The spear from Raw Energy. Really nice. Olaf does roam in though. Bloody 7 is coming in, but he does get exhausted. Ezreal ulti flashes through, cleans up Kog'Maw. not Kog'Maw, Blitzcrank, and we do see the trade back from Olaf for Lee Sin, but he also goes down. I don't really feel it's worth it.
Alright, I'm back.
Alright, welcome back. Another big team. Every time I want to cast team fights, you just disappear. But again, I think blue team has been making these plays, and they are being able to siege down and force fights. Lee Sin's been roaming much more for these fights, and Olaf's coming in late when everybody's dead for his team.
Oh, Nidalee going a little aggressive there.
Yeah, I mean, she's fine, honestly. If she lands a spear, either of these characters are probably... Oh my goodness, that hitbox. That hitbox always drives me insane. You think you're past it, but you're not. And again, this game is starting to turn. We now have a 5k gold lead on the side of blue team. And if we look at that...
It's interesting. It's going to come down to whether this Olaf can carry or not, because he's definitely the one with the most gold on his team.
Well, but I think the big thing is Olaf has to beat these fights from the start. He has been coming in far too late, and that's the big issue, I think, for red team. Olaf is big enough, and he can get on these guys enough. Plus, you know, he and Singed are big enough in that category. I just don't think... Oh, there's another hook, but... And he comes into another fight.
I'm not sure Olaf's the one you want to hook in that fight.
No, that's very true. Fiora does come in, though. She does have Blade Walls. She pops it, splashing across the entire team. Ezreal cleans up Lee Sin, though. Nice. And an awesome Black Shield to stop that hook onto Connie's BF. Nidalee comes in, has to switch to Catform and get out. But now we're going to see that poke. Bloody7 does go on the Raw Energy. A good binding in from Morgana is what's needed, and she does miss. Raw Energy comes back in, gets the Soul Shackles. We do see that Nidalee does get stunned by it, but she pops Barrier, and oh my gosh, look at that spear damage onto Iraken. But
you're gonna go down there.
Yeah. Oh, there's a really nice ulti to give vision, and we do have a cleanup. Olaf does clean up Nidalee, and we do see that red team comes out of that much better. That's a 4-for-1.
That was a disaster of a fight for blue team there.
And I think that's what happens when red team can take the fight on their own terms. Singed and Olaf just are so good at dictating the tempo in fights because they just force your backline to run away.
Absolutely, and in the open field, you know that purple team is going to have the advantage. They have the ability to kite with champions like Kog'Maw and Ez, while also having really good dive potential from Olaf and Singed.
And I really like this Morgana pick the more I think about it, because it's, you know, if you have Corki or Fiora or, you know, Nidalee or Lee Sin dive in, you pop Soul Shackles, and now they have to either kill you or try and kill your Kog'Maw and Ezreal. And at least she's going to be buying a lot of time for her carries to stay alive. And if those Soul Shackles ever go off, that's just going to be so brutal.
Absolutely. And you actually see her rushing the Frost Queen's Claim support item.
Which I like that. I think that item is tailor-made for Sona, but I do still really like that item. Meanwhile, I Am Kralix is just running the heck away from the Bloody7.
And you can't blame him.
No, absolutely. Although if Connie's BF gets okay, they zone him out that way. Kaiku's going to have to get... There's the safeguard, and they're going to be safe. Oh, Singed wants to party. Does he have Ghost up? He doesn't. There's the Ezreal ulti clicking up, and I Am Kralix is just going to die. And actually, Empty Open is way out of place. He's got to get the heck out of there.
Meanwhile, you're seeing Corki actually split push bot lane. And you only see Morgana rotating, so Corki may be able to get this tower.
Yeah, you do see that Kog'Maw's rotating a bit, so you could see a binding into some real damage there. Bloody7 gets hooked under the tower though, but he's Olaf, he doesn't care. And here comes that binding. Actually,
Corki's gonna go down.
Yeah, he's gonna trade himself away for a support, and that's an awesome, awesome trade for red team. They'll take that every day. Assisted kill. You know, killing off the AD carry, not giving them the phone time. I mean, Morgana can die all she wants, you know. She's already got that GP10 in the Frost Queen's Claim. And also, I do like the Frost Queen's Claim, again, because if they want to dive onto your Kog'Maw, you have that active to slow them down. 50% move speed for 2 seconds is not insignificant.
And it's on a low cooldown, so it's pretty spammable. 60 seconds is not long for an item cooldown.
You may even get that off in an entire fight, especially considering how red team wants to make these fights happen.
Definitely.
Meanwhile, go ahead.
I think it's interesting to note that Singed is just going offensively, so he's built Rylai's into what it looks like is Leandry's. Well, so he's not going tank Singed like you might expect out of the jungle.
Well, and I would have expected at least a tier to sort of build up that innate tankiness from Singed's password, the magical bulwark or whatever it is.
Absolutely.
And Red team's now leveraging their work into a dragon, and this is going to be completely uncontested.
This is free.
And again, you see the dragon coming into, that's 227 gold to everyone on red team. That's such a big deal, and they're within 200 gold of blue team now.
It's
after
25 minutes in anyone's game, but blue team looks like it's out-rotating purple team here.
But the thing is, they caught out Olaf, and Olaf doesn't care if you catch him out. And Singed comes in from the backside now. We're going to see, people are going to die here. Ezreal comes in, they do pick him off. Raw Energy is caught out. Singed just rotated very well and cut off.
Corki's there though. They actually could turn this if
not with that Olaf. That spear may dissuade them away. Olaf's gonna back up.
the kiting
and
from
Ezreal
these
should not
original.
try and take on Boogie Boogie. But there's the binding, the hook. Ezreal's gonna make it out. Really nice play. And Corki's gonna fall.
Well done.
That really good play. Again, I think red team just has better chasing and kiting than blue team, which is not something to say when a team has both Corki and Needly on a team. Meanwhile, Kaiku pushes in a top tower, but is probably going to pay for his life against this Olaf. So realizes he just has to try and fight. That's the only chance he has.
And you see, that slow from Olaf is at 55% at rank 5. That's very, very strong. You saw Fiora Ghost, and she couldn't even do anything.
And again, I mean, Fiora's going to trade her death for an Ignite and a tower. But we do see Baron being started now by red team, and they've got a pretty good Baron team, I think. I mean, Singed doesn't do crap, but he's just going to be tanky, let the Bloody 7 throw down that true damage, and Ezreal's going to put good damage, but it has been spotted out. I think there's only 2 here for blue team. They can totally try
It might
and
be wise for them to turn and just take the kills
Yeah,
here.
no, they should take the kills because the rest of the team is coming in, and a Needly Spear on the right person will kill. And here comes Lee Sin, but Lee Sin misses the smite.
Lee Sin doesn't have smite.
Oh, he doesn't. You're right. I keep thinking Lee Sin's a jungler. So he just had his Q combo. That's more acceptable then. And Okie Boogie's going to go down.
Wow,
that's a 4-for-1 with Baron.
With Baron. Let's see what they get out of that though. It's insignificant unless they're able to push.
I mean, with Kaiku going in like that, they're going to get an inhibitor turret and an inhibitor. There's no way.
This is probably an inhib, and could be more. If they try to say.
Olaf is, they might be able to take a T2 bot or top lane. Oh my gosh, look how quickly that...
They're doing that so quickly.
Yeah.
You're probably going to see them take the inhibitor and back off here, heal and buy, and then pressure top or mid lane.
Yeah, absolutely. Ezreal's sticking around a little longer than I think he should have, but maybe he's just baiting on
thankfully, Lee Sin's not WoW. He is doing so much damage.
I mean, that, it's like Season 2 all over again. You have the Bloodthirster Trinity Force on Ezreal, and it looks like he's going into a Last Whisper now. Tell you what, Ezreal has really needed those kills, because if you look at Corki's outfarmed him heavily, but those 3 more kills have really helped Ezreal out.
Absolutely. And speaking of farm, Kog'Maw's at 255 CS right now, which is just a staggering number at this point in the game.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean...
So while he gave away that pressure from Nidalee on the roams, Kog's done a really good job staying in the back line, doing damage, and farming.
Oh, and actually, we have new out on the Archangel Staff. I didn't realize what Kog had in his inventory until then. But that Archangel Staff, I think, is so critical for the Kog'Maw. It lets him live just that little bit longer.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and he builds another blasting one. Do you think maybe a Void Staff now? For Kog'Maw to really start shredding through people?
Void Staff or Rylai's I think would both be good options here. And you can see the blasting one, so it could really...
Oh my gosh, look at that damage onto YP and Kaiku. That's a 4-hit kill.
That's incredible.
I mean,
one thing that people don't utilize enough on Kog'Maw is the auto attacks when he is AP, because they scale. His W actually scales with his AP.
If we look
so right now, his W is doing 12% of their max health per auto attack.
Yeah, and, oh my goodness, plus 100 damage off of it as well. I mean, there's just so much damage.
Yeah, you got the Nashor's bonus, you have the auto attack base damage. It's a lot.
And the Bloody 7 has caught out I Am Krelix. And again, as you said, these undertow stuns are just so big. It looks like...
He missed 2 consecutively, unfortunately.
Yeah, I mean... I'd like to say Lee Sin's an elusive character, but he just biffed him. I mean, they're at a point where that doesn't matter. They're going to take this bot tower down.
Exactly.
And, I mean, that's a nice spear from Needly, but Singed doesn't care. It's singed.
Right. And again, Nidalee's not as good in this situation where she's having to defend.
Well, and she's a little bit behind. You always want your... Like, if your spears can't deal a lot of damage. Here we go again. A nice blade wall. This could be the death of Iraq. No.
Wow.
Oh my goodness.
The
Is he gonna
Kog'maw
take?
damage.
Oh, and he almost takes out Oogie Boogie. No, he's not
through.
going to chase him down. But bot lane, we have I'm Krauts going down. We had a 4-man tower dive. And that's the thing, that Kog'Maw was so big, he forced
That's a nice hook from
people to them.
Blitzcrank.
Yeah, nice hook. Good job, bro. Is going to get out, and they're going to trade empty open for that. Olaf, so big. Oh no, Olaf gets hooked onto the fountain.
Well played by Blitzcrank there.
And immediately gets the kill for some reason. Question? Either way, Soul Shackles comes in though. Is this
Right now. Wow.
Nice trade.
That's a great trade from Italy. That's about as best case scenarios.
And you know what? Red team just horribly overdove this. They should have just taken the tower and the inhibitor and just backed off. I mean, because right
We also
now
saw them fighting 4v3, so I guess they tried to pressure the advantage, but unfortunately, they dove too hard and Blitz played it really well.
and Baron buff just expired. They did it with Baron buff too. They really squandered that opportunity. And Blitz may be able to take down 1,000 Dogs here. If he gets a hook on him, that's very dead. Oh yeah, 1,000 Dogs is just—he's just gonna run up to him and punch him.
Let's see if he can
shield.
shield.
Kog'Maw comes
Let's
in.
see if he can shield.
Oh, empty open went for style points, and he's gonna.
Can Cog hit the ulti?
Oh my
though?
gosh! Look how quickly he can throw out those ults.
Wow, that's a great job dodging from Blitzcrank. Cog will run out of mana quickly. Look at his mana pool already.
Yeah, but he's gonna take blue buff, and that's gonna be back pretty quickly.
Blitz got away. That's
Yeah.
a great job of dodging those
Yeah.
ultis.
But I mean, look at how quickly Kog'Maw fires those ultimates.
And you're actually seeing Kog'Maw go for Lichbane, which is a very interesting decision.
It's
And he's farming the new jungle camp.
Yeah. Well, I think Kog'Maw is just trying to be. He realizes he's ahead, and he's just going to try and get more ahead by being aggressive. He's not at a point where he wants to build a defensive item and say, I can fight evenly, plus I have a Guardian's Angel, or plus I have a Banshee's Veil. He's saying, I'm ahead, and I'm going to deal even more damage because I'm ahead. And he's trusting his team to take care of him in that regard. I am Kralix gets caught out trying to do Dragon here. And despite his... Well, and, well, they get out, but they lose Dragon. I mean, the good news for blue team is they're only down about 6k gold. So that is good, but the Bloody 7 is just going to tank tower hits and farm under enemy tower because he doesn't care and he's Olaf. Fiora has come in behind, but good job, bro, and Ezreal's there too. I think this is too deep for Bloody 7, though. That's a little bit too much. Yeah.
Olaf might be able to fight this with Hydra, but he has no life steal other than his Bilgewater Cutlass.
Yeah, and actually he baited good job, bro, into
Wow. And
that's just...
that's a massive misplay by Purple Team.
Oh my, Morgana has... A support Morgana has a Zhonya's Hourglass at 30 minutes in. That's not too bad. That's certainly showing the new support gold coming into play there. I mean, if we look...
That's right, and if you look at her Frost Queen, you can see that you have about 500 gold gained from that item.
Again, I was watching a game with a Sona earlier on, and Sona at this point in the game had about 700 to 800 gold. But again, that's just Sona. She gets so much harassed down in lane.
Right.
And go ahead.
Saint Vicious was actually talking about the changes for supports, and he really thinks that supports who didn't get their changes, like Annie and Thresh, are going to be really strong.
Yeah, I agree. A nice kick out from Kaiku, but he's... that's rough. A nice play to try and kick Singed out there, go for the Insec, but that's just not going to work. And the pings come in on the open inhibitor. They're going to take this inhibitor. The lanes are pushed out though, but honestly, Olaf's tanky enough. And actually, bot inhibitor is open too. This is just very bad. Ezreal's finished his Banshee's Veil. So he's got sort of the trinity of Ezreal items right now, I feel, with that Triforce, Bloodthirster, Last Whisper. And
look at that Kog'Maw.
oh my! I mean, Kralix took him.
Well, dodged into the spear.
Yeah, I mean, but they're gonna take the inhibitor.
Purple team should look to take both open inhibitors.
Absolutely,
instead of
well, and
going
that's
for
what they do. They pinged it out, and they've realized that there's the Banshee's Veil eats a hook.
I think that's a smart buy by Ezreal.
Oh,
to
it's
get
such
the
an
hands-
intelligent buy.
For against a team like Nidalee and Blitzcrank. That's just so smart.
Yeah. When also, just one of those things like, oh, nice, again.
Very nice Morg shield.
1,000 Dogs has really been on point this game with his shields. Like, if he's ever anticipated being hit, he's got them. The times we've seen him have issues is when he hasn't anticipated the enemy being able to hit him with the hook.
I actually think it would be very good for a purple team to go in and force the fight here, because I think they win this matchup 4-on-4.
Looks like they're gonna catch out Empty Open, certainly. He does pop his new Shirelius, but actually Oogie Boogie's caught out, and this is gonna be the death of Corki. They forced their fight now. Corki does Valkyrie over the wall. Fiora splashes through, and actually that's a 1-for-0 trade right now. Singed goes down. Olaf goes down.
They don't have Kog'Maw. It's 5-on-4.
And Kog'Maw's not going to be able to turn this now. He doesn't have anyone to peel for him. And Good Job Bro doesn't have a blue build or anything like that, which is going to help them kite out as much.
Again, you do see Kog'Maw going for straight damage, so...
Well, he's going to just try and man-fight this. That's too aggressive in my opinion. Oh, he does kill off the hook, though. He does get jumping, but he's got so much damage right now. He takes down 2. His passive will pick up Needly, and...
That's actually extremely well played by Kog'Maw. He's stalling and letting the super minions push him bot lane.
Well, but also, they've got an AD carry up to a underfarmed top lane Lee Sin. This Ezreal is going to be able to take a Nexus turret for sure, and plus you do have super minions.
Though again, you do have a massive wave pushing in for blue team top lane, and that's again due to those inhibitor changes.
But the one thing I do have to say is Ezreal's going to farm his Q. He's going to have his ultimate up in a few seconds, and Singed is already up. Singed is going to clear out that top wave. Meanwhile, Singed has started to tank up. He has his Randuin's Omen finished and is working probably on a Spectral Cow with that Spirit Visage with his Spectral Cow. Meanwhile, Morgana has a Blasting Wand to go with the that Ryla's Crystal Scepter. And Ohnwrecker has actually come out for Blitzcrank. I've never seen that before in any game I've played or watched, other than Civ HD's videos. So that's exciting.
It's interesting. It's good. You know, you want to see every item be bought, or else why have it in the game?
I mean, I think my issue with it though is like, if Empty Open was on Red Team, that would be better in my opinion, because they're diving towers right now. Blue Team also just needs to get the heck out of dodge. Although Connie's BF goes down very, very quickly, Corki dies in, oh my gosh, so much damage.
Wow, that Kog'Maw is doing insane amounts of damage.
Again, they focused down the Morgana because she had Soul Shackled, leaving both Olaf, Good Job Bro, and Kog'Maw up to kill them. I mean, the Soul Shackles is such, like, Morgana is tanky enough, has that Zhonya's. 1,000 Dogs takes all of their attention. They can't
This could
do
be
anything.
game.
Nice spear on a Good Job Bro. I mean, the only way Raw Energy is going to hold this is, oh my goodness, is by getting some good, is by getting good spears. She, you know, immediately, oh my gosh. Has to Zhonya's on the fountain and
that actually killed her. If she would have been able to dodge the shot, she would have healed up, but because she wasn't healing.
The game was over anyways. Tell you what, that was a really impressive game to me. I thought that Red Team was in a lot of trouble early on with only Bloody 7 on that top Olaf, and really props to him. He carried hard enough and was a big enough of a threat to let that Kog'Maw reach that late game, and even if he's AP, not AD, Kog'Maw is still so brutal in terms of carrying. What are your thoughts on this game in general, Panda?
I mean, you saw the Kog'Maw damage. It was absolutely insane. Olaf definitely carried the early and mid game, and just allowed his late game carries to do the work at the end. Also, you got to give props to Morgana. Her shields probably saved a lot of scary blitz hooks there.
And again, I think that especially against how diving focused the blue team was, the Morgana was such a good pick. I mean, I would, you know, I'm a more conventional support. I would have gone for something like Alistar to peel away. But Morgana did that very well and brought a lot more damage than an Alistar would have. So, thank you for joining me, Panda. It was awesome to cast with you. I'm sure we'll do it again in the future. Do you have, you know, is there anything people should follow for you? Do you have a YouTube channel, anything like that? Twitch channel, maybe?
I do have Twitch, but I'm not streaming at the moment, so...
Alrighty. Well, figured I'll let you plug yourself if you wanted to. Right. That said, I've been Cronus Raven with...
StBalla26.
There we go. Thank you very much for joining us, guys. We'll be back with another one soon. Thank you, and bye.